I'll take it.
It must be Sunday night because the We Book It boys are in the building. And we're talking recapping all your wrestling from all week long. But first, guess what, guys? We got a brand new video to play you. I ain't gonna lie, that new video is hot, man.
Oh,
like I
yeah.
said, the new intro is more.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah,
I was jamming to that.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah, that music right there, it totally gives you entrance vibes. So, yeah, guys, welcome everyone that is watching the brand new and improved We Book It Wrestling Pod featuring your We Book It boys. I am Virgil. I have Big Daddy C with me, Coach and Frito. Shout out to Tank, who is on sideline right now. We shall be cheering him on and looking out for him and waiting for his return. Fellas, how's you guys' week been?
Pretty good. Just worked for most of the week, so I'm just
been
glad to have a day off and chill.
Good deal. Fritos, I was getting ready to say Fritos. Me and you kind of been corresponding throughout the weekend.
Eventful weekend. I don't want to get into it, but yeah, let's just say I've not been a happy camper at all.
Bruh, having Fritos on Snapchat has been literally one of the best decisions I made, because this little feud thing he got going on with his neighbors is hilarious. I laughed at every single Snapchat he sent me because he was going off. Like, you would have thought that mommy had to relinquish the title again the way he was going off about this whole situation. It was that funny.
From the outside point of view, yeah, it's hilarious. From my point of view, I'm still pissed. Damn neighbors. That's all. Damn elderly neighbors. This is why next house I'm moving to the country where I've got like 50 acres of land and no one near me, and building my own wrestling ring and practicing. I will become a wrestler at some point.
There you go. And he's gonna wear his Rey Mysterio mask.
Make it like Field of Dreams. Field of Dreams out there.
Oh my gosh! If you build it, they will come.
Mm-hmm. Kind of how Jeff Jarrett's doing it here right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Shout out to Jeff Jarrett. And I didn't realize Global Force Wrestling was still a thing. But if you look at that, flyer that they're passing around, it's on there. Global Force Wrestling is still a thing, and it's still his. I thought them and TNA or Impact like came together, but I guess he must have pulled apart from them once he left or whatnot and started doing this thing with WWE. So yeah, man, Global Force is still a thing on its own. It's a standalone wrestling company right now. So Global Force is what the wrestling promotion that's putting this show coming on in Springfield, Illinois. Sorry for anybody that's not from Springfield, Illinois. Yes, Jeff Jarrett owns a minor league baseball team here, and he is bringing wrestling to Springfield and hopefully to a minor league stadium near you next. However, We Book It boys, we got to talk some wrestling because we got a lot to talk about. So first and foremost, guys, let's talk the Raw recap show. So we're going to go down the line and talk about the things that happened on Monday Night Raw. So first and foremost, like I said, the show opened with the Judgment Day coming out, and it was supposed to be Drew McIntyre versus Finn Balor. Finn Balor comes out and he's just ranting and raving about how he is the man and how awesome he is and how the Judgment Day is still together. And Damian Priest actually apologizes to him and JD for going off on them. Now, I feel as though they may be building up some some dissension right there. Like, I mean, like, because he really did go off on them, so they might end up turning on him. But anyways, after that, then we have Scrap Daddy himself, Mr. Adam Pearce, come out and he says, "Hey, we're not going to raise your hand in victory, Finn. No, you still have a match. You know, you don't get a first round bye in this King of the Ring." And of course, his opponent is just me, Uso. Jey Uso comes out to a big pop, and these two come out and they have a really, really, really good match. Obviously, Jey Uso takes the win. As far as King of the Ring matches goes, this match is pretty good. I think one of the better matches of this year's tournament. Fellas, what say you?
It's up there for me. I mean, I feel like Raw this week for the King of the Ring matches was the top of it. I felt like SmackDown, I know we're going to do the recap a little bit later, but was kind of a little bit lacking. I didn't feel interested or what exactly, but for me, I mean, starting off with Jay and Finn, you're going to have two of the best out there, extremely athletic guys. And, I mean, hell, they put on a good show. I mean, what more do you expect from them?
Yeah, Fritos, it's kind of like from one of our favorite shows, Shorzy. These two set the tone for what Raw is going to be. And I thought they did a tremendous job. The right guy won, and it kind of is building towards that Judgment Day breakup that we are, as you had mentioned, Virgil, about. I think probably we're going to get at SummerSlam between Priest and Balor, but we'll see where that. But I thought a great way to open up Raw, especially with how many matches you have on the docket.
Yeah,
and don't
agreed.
forget
It was.
I was going to say, don't forget that breakup. I know we're going to probably talk a little bit more of the Raw recap, but Liv posted some pictures, and she had a little purple bandana sticking out from her pocket. So Dom might be leaving too, other than just Damian.
Getting his hand caught in that Liv cookie jar, my man. She literally does want to take everything away from mommy. She wants to take everything from her, and that's wild. However, staying on track with this, I was really I guess I was shocked by Damian coming back and apologizing to the team, apologizing to JD. I mean, like I said, I think that was a little bit off-putting for me, but at the same time, I mean, I guess it made sense if they want to keep the team together for right now. However, I am predicting spoiler alert. Okay, so spoiler alert, we're going to have at the Clash at the Castle, Finn Balor is going to cost Damian Priest the World Heavyweight Championship, thus leading them to a SummerSlam match. Remember, SummerSlam is early this year. SummerSlam is August 3rd at the beginning of summer, not towards the end like it normally is. So it's going to come around pretty quickly here soon. So I believe we're going to have Clash at the Castle. We're going to have the King and Queen of the Ring. Then we got Clash at the Castle, and then we got maybe Money in the Bank. And then after Money in the Bank, I believe, like I said, they'll have a match at SummerSlam together. It'll be Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. Because, like I said, it's just you just see like the seeds being planted with Damian trying to be more of a face and trying to do things on his own, and Finn more so fighting to try to be this heel and keep the boys together, but messing up and screwing up at every turn. So it's kind of crazy. What do you say, Big Daddy?
Don't we also have another pay-per-view too in Germany before SummerSlam?
Do we? Is there?
I think so. There's I think Bash in Berlin, maybe.
I
think
so. Does Gunther go and win?
I thought.
But
September.
Yes. All right.
Is that September?
Good. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Okay,
Ye old Google machine.
I thought it was in September.
There's just so much going on.
I know, right? With so many international shows, man. WWE in Germany in 2024. Hold on, the old Google machine is Saturday, August 31st, after SummerSlam. WWE Bash in Berlin. Yep. So that's why SummerSlam is early, because Bash in Berlin is going to happen August 31st. I mean, they ain't playing no games with these pay-per-views, man, and how and how like they're just rolling them out one after another, and it's like international stadium shows, all this stuff, man. So it's pretty cool. See, what did you make of this first segment on Raw? How did it make you feel?
Talking about Damian and
Yeah.
Judgment Day. I think for me, I feel like this is one of them. I've seen it before where like there's tension that arises in factions especially after the main guy becomes a world champion, and then all of a sudden he doesn't need as much help while he's champion, and so I feel like then there's the typical apologies, and all of a sudden more tension arises when it starts to affect him in matches, and then all of a sudden it starts to boil over even more. So I feel like right now it may seem like everything's good and all that, but I think after a while, either it results in them turning on Damian, or him being like, you know what, I'm done. I'm done with y'all. I'm like, y'all holding me back. Y'all getting in the way of all my matches. Like, I don't need y'all help. I'm good now. Like, so I feel like for now it's just like kind of I'm trying to think of the right word. Kind of like a distraction in a way, like just kind of
Sure.
like tone it down a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's gonna kick back up closer to like the next pay-per-view, when I don't know who his next championship match is gonna be against, but I don't even think he's going. I don't know if is he defending this title at King of the Ring, or is he just gonna be?
They have not announced anything as far as him defending his title at King of the Ring yet.
Okay. I know Cody's facing. Well, we'll talk about that later, but like,
yeah,
I wasn't sure if they was gonna have him go against another champion.
Sure.
Like Cody's doing with Logan. So
yeah. I mean, like I said, I think the more you defend the title right now, the better it is. If you won't defend the title at the King and Queen of the Ring, then fine. Defend the title on Raw at least once or whatnot, and I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be a match that like people think that you'll lose, but yeah. I mean, I'm curious with the World Heavyweight Championship booking, because Drew McIntyre is somewhere in there gonna get the World Heavyweight Championship back. So, like I said, it's gonna happen. But here's the thing: if he wins at Clash of the Castle, then if they cost it to him at Clash of the Castle, Damian gets a rematch at Money in the Bank, and then after Money in the Bank, it's Damian versus Finn or whatnot. Then maybe SummerSlam, you see Drew and Punk finally do their thing and get into it.
I mean, it all depends on Drew's elbow. I mean, now since they mentioned that it was fractured.
Yeah.
And also depends on Punk's, rehab right now too. So I mean,
has he been
by the way,
yet or no?
He looks close. I'm just gonna say he looks close. Like the cutoff shirts, he's not in the cast anymore at all. He's coming out and he's swole, dude. Like, see, this is swole. Pause. No Diddy. Now, this is swole we've ever seen CM Punk, bro. Like he's normally scrawny. Like seriously.
Well, he's been hitting the gym and taking his Trent, drinking his creatine. He's on it.
Got to be, man. That's
he was
wild,
stuck in WWE for a whole weekend. Had to do something.
Yeah. That was crazy, man. That was crazy.
24 hours nonstop lifting, getting ready for Drew.
There you go.
So Jay, Just Me Uso defeated Balor, so he advanced. The match was good. It was so. Like I said, I think as far as King of the Ring matches goes, it was at the top for this year. Like I said, and then from there we moved on to the CM Punk promo. Speaking of CM Punk, he comes out moments after Drew McIntyre drives off. CM Punk arrives. Drew McIntyre, who is pissed and yelling at Adam Pearce because he got taken out of the tournament. He said he doesn't give a damn about his elbow or whatnot. He needs to wrestle, unlike CM Punk, unlike this. Like, he's still running that man down and all these other things. Then, obviously, he leaves, and it's a really cool transition. So you see Drew McIntyre hop in his SUV. He takes off, speeds off. As he's speeding off, CM Punk arrives. And CM Punk and Adam Pearce welcomes him. He pulls right up, opens the door. Adam Pearce is right there. He's like, well, it's about time you showed up. You're late. And then he's like, well, I had a really rough weekend. And we all know that CM Punk was locked in WWE headquarters for 24 hours. I'm sorry, not just for 24 hours, just for like 48 hours, like a whole weekend, right? Since since they did the Backlash show. That's crazy, man. Like to be locked in WWE headquarters for 24 hours. Like, do y'all think he like went to Vince's office and like sat at his desk and stuff like that and pretended he was Vince and everything like that for like 24 hours? You go to Triple H's office and stuff.
If there's security cameras around there, I need to see the footage of what he did. I mean, I know we saw the Instagram stuff, but I want to see like exactly what he did. I just want to know like if he ate at all. I'm assuming they've got vending machines and stuff, but like,
right.
I know with wrestlers being, and stuff, and Punk, his documentary, he was extremely particular about his eating habits.
Sure.
So I'm just curious what he ate and drank, where he actually slept, if he just slept on a couch, slept on a chair, slept on the floor, just what else did he do besides, work out, watch probably old wrestling clips and everything else.
Yeah, I mean that WWE headquarters is pretty nice. So I don't think he was like without while up in there. I'm sure they have shower rooms. I'm sure they have changes of clothes and stuff like that and all this stuff. But I mean, I'm very curious as to what he did while he was in there. I mean, outside the Instagram stuff and how he got locked in and he couldn't get out. Like, I don't understand how he got locked in there and couldn't get out. You guys know? Like, does anybody really know how he got like locked in there and couldn't get out?
No idea.
Unless there's like some double security safety thing. Like, that's the only thing I could think of. Like, thinking like security wise, maybe it's like a double thing where you have to badge in and out and the locks or whatever. And like, if you can't badge in a certain door, you can't get out. But he's got to have a badge for headquarters. I'm assuming all of them do. So unless like he forgot it, who knows?
Yeah. So Punk comes out. He walks out to the ring or whatnot. And he like it didn't. This whole promo didn't do much to move their story anymore. Obviously, both these guys are still injured, but they're just gonna take barbs at each other. And CM Punk is entertaining as hell. So literally, if they pay him every week just to come to Raw and talk trash about Drew McIntyre, I'm with it every week. But he mentions he has a Gordie Howie reference, which drew a hard pop from the Hartford Whalers. And then he also mentioned he's a choke artist. And when he was talking about Drew McIntyre, but not like I'm a choke artist, right, Pat? Yeah.
Taking a shot at AEW.
Went right over everybody's head.
Right. You know what? And I'm sad to say in that moment,
unfortunately.
And right in that moment, it went over my head too. I didn't get what he meant. I thought I ain't gonna lie to y'all for a second. And maybe this is just where my weird mind went. I thought it was something sexual. I'm like, he be choking AJ? Like, bro, don't do that, man. Don't choke the girl. Like come on, dog. Like, choke her. So, but no, he was talking about how he I guess how he choked out Jungle Boy or whatnot at Brawl In. So, or Brawl Out. Was it Brawl Out? Was it Brawl Out or Brawl In?
Out.
Brawl Out. Sorry, yeah, Brawl Out. So, we kind of get mixed up.
Kendrick and Drake reference too.
Yep.
Since that whole beef was going on and still going on, and we lost Big Daddy C.
Yeah, no, his camera was off, so I think he's doing something. So I removed him till he pops back on, and I'll bring him back on. No dead cameras allowed on the stream. Anyways, so yeah, what did you guys make of this Punk promo? What did you guys feel? Yeah, definitely probably that dang cat. What did you feel from this promo? With these guys, I mean, obviously it's entertaining.
I mean, everything from it, Drew being pissed, where's Punk, leave. And, literally a second later, Punk shows up, walking through. And then I loved we saw Chad perk Gable chewing out the rest of the Alpha Academy and him telling, hey, he's up there and going out there. I mean, I loved the Drake and Kendrick reference to his promo. I love that, AEW still taking shots at Punk. They're still trying to ride his coattail, trying to, get some viewership, just mentioning him. I thought it was, nice, even though it went over most of our heads. It went over my head till I looked on X later and someone mentioned, oh, it's an AEW shot. I'm like, oh, that does make sense now.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm looking forward to when these guys are healthy. Nope, he's back.
I was certainly lost.
But I'm looking forward when these guys are healthy. Like, I honestly thought that their feud was going to have the World Heavyweight Championship. At this point, I don't even want it. I just want these guys to just go at it just themselves. So, I mean, if Drew wins the World Heavyweight a little bit later on, or if Punk does, whatever, I'm fine with it. I just want to see these guys go at it as soon as possible, being healthy.
I feel you on that, Fritos. However, I can almost probably guarantee you that they guaranteed him he's going to win the world title at Clash at the Castle. Since 2 years ago, he lost it. He lost the match against Roman. So I can almost promise you he's probably going to win it this year in front of his countrymen.
Which I can see that too. But I mean, like, if the feud to me doesn't really need that heavyweight title, but when he does, I mean, it's going to add a little extra flair, a little extra spice to it, though.
Chef's kiss.
Which, by the way, that match against Roman at Clash of the Castle, instant classic.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Can't talk about it enough. That was a really great match. Really great match.
Was that when Solo first appeared?
I think it was. Actually,
that was when Solo first came out.
Wow.
Him and his black hoodie.
I hate that black hoodie. Y'all, I can't tell you guys how mad I was at WrestleMania 39 when I saw that black ass hoodie running through the crowd, dude. I'm like, oh no. He just kept getting bad to worse. I'm like, oh no. Like, man, no. And then sure enough, pulled it off. Thumb to the throat. Boom. And it was all over with. It was curtains.
All right, time out.
Curtains.
What do you hate more, Solo's black hoodie or Solo's black biker gloves now?
Hey,
yo, I saw him putting on the glove like who's this man? OJ now? Like,
Fam.
What is this man? Like,
sir. Leave OJ, leave Orenthal, Jay Simpson out of this. You do not mention him. He did nothing to you.
At least OJ's glove fit.
He was stretching it out too. Like, I'm like, bro, what are we doing here, man?
It's an ode to the 2000 Taker with his biker gloves. When he's to come out to I am American badass. No, but
Undertaker had like the finger cutoffs, man. There wasn't no finger cutoffs on the gloves, man.
All right, I tried to shoot him some bail. I'm sorry. No, okay, it don't work. It don't work. Sorry, Solo. The gloves don't work, bro. I know you're trying to figure this whole character thing out. You know, you got some time to explore. Paul Heyman gonna keep us pretty entertained with all of this for a little while, so we don't have to worry about you. So, but moving right along, folks, we move along to the queen of the ring, Damage Control. Damage Control's Io Sky versus Natalya was the next match up that night. And guess what it was for me, fellas? Let's say it all together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Piss break.
Piss break.
Hey, listen. Natalya is beautiful. I love the way she looks, but I do not love the way she wrestles. Piss break match. Obviously, Io Sky defeated her. Kudos to her. I mean, it was what it was. Yeah, whatever. But the next match on the card after that was the King of the Ring, and it was Ricochet versus Ilya Dragunov. And y'all, can we all just say they tore the house down? This match got at least 30 to 45 minutes, and it got it felt like a pay-per-view match. Fellas, how did you guys feel about this match?
I loved it. Honestly, it's up there.
Loved every second of it.
It's going to be, up there with Sheamus and Gunther. For my favorite matches of the night. But damn, Dragunov looked good. Ricochet looked good too, but Dragunov really showed his stuff and, proved to everyone that, may not be watching NXT, why he deserves to be up at that main roster. So I'm kind of hoping later on in the tournament it's gonna be Gunther versus Dragunov, because that's gonna be great.
Gonna feed families with that match.
Oh my
for
gosh.
sure.
Well, ever so often in the WWE, there's a match that you put together that you don't even have to have a build for. It's just an automatic built-in good story. Them two together is one. The Rock and Triple H is another. I'd say Sami versus Kevin always works. Like I said, the Brock Roman thing, I think now doesn't even need to have.
Mike, there is some build up to Dragunov and Gunther though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. They have history from NXT.
Yeah.
And him beating
he was the one to beat him after that 2 or 3 year long reign as NXT UK champion. Like that match was crazy.
Oh, come on, man. He didn't defend that. That title didn't mean anything. The NXT UK championship didn't mean nothing. He didn't even defend it, and we couldn't even watch it. We couldn't even watch him defend it. That's stupid. That whole NXT UK thing was dumb. Don't get me started on that. That's a whole nother episode. Anyway, this match, Coachman, how did it make you feel? Did it give you them warm, fuzzy feelings inside?
This does those kind of matches.
Hey, look at Claw's face when I said that.
Blues, man.
Oh man, I'm sorry, Claude. I'm sorry, C.
No, I thought it was an excellent match. Lots, some great finishes, and you knew Dragunov was going to win, but it gave you that picture of, hey, maybe Ricochet can pull it off, and that's when you have a good, you have a great match. Is when you have a feeling win, but at the same time you're like, well, they could pull a fast one on us. So you have that kind of match. I think it's always going to be a great one, and that's what we got with that one.
It was definitely a you pick 'em, but then again, I thought to myself, Ricochet already has Claude's favorite title in WWE. He doesn't need any other accolades or anything else.
Leave this goddamn podcast right now. Don't just start.
What title are you talking about? Can you pull it up, Mike?
Of course I can. Look at that.
There it is.
You see that right there?
That's such a beautiful title.
Oh my gosh, he is the WWE Speed Champion.
How Stone Cold said, that bunch of piece of trash.
Yeah. This title looks like the Defender wheel off of Power Rangers. It looks like the Gold Rangers Defender wheel off of Power Rangers. That's what that title reminds me of.
Go Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
No. You got to remember, you got to put the CO in there if y'all going to do it. All right. Sorry, Claude.
We're gonna use
so
that
yeah.
When
That man Ricochet look like he could be a Power Ranger.
Anytime Big Daddy goes off and we don't like his take, we're just gonna show that title, just like how his cat behaves. He's gonna shoot him with the Super Soaker.
Speed title.
I don't use the Super Soaker no more. I put the cone of shame on it now. I just
the cone of shame.
Ooh.
Because you can't do that with the cone of shame. I'm like, I'll take it off when it's time to eat, and she need to go use the bathroom.
Terrible, the cone of shame.
You act up around here, we get in the cone of shame. I don't need to use no more water. I'm good.
So hands down, guys, I think Dragunov is up there for best wrestler in the world right now with his work. I can't wait. I can't wait to see Dragunov versus Seth freaking Rollins. I think that's going to be a really great match too when Seth gets back and those two mix it up. I hate Dragunov's promos, but his wrestling is amazing. His promos suck to me, but his wrestling is amazing. So his wrestling, and because I know he can do his thing in the ring, I don't necessarily worry about his promos. I can care less. But yeah, you're looking at a future IC champion right there for sure. Moving right along, good people. So, Queen of the Ring tournament continued after this. We had Ivy Nile versus Zoe Stark. Can we all say it together on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. Piss break.
Piss
Yes, sir.
break.
Yep. Zoe Stark won. Woohoo. Sounds great. Now, Big Bronson Reed versus Chad Gable for what was the next match. So it was actually ended up being a no contest. And so backstage, we see Carlito pitching to Damian Priest and the Judgment Day on a partnership. And then after that, like I said, we went to the match. So obviously, you got to be on the lookout for Carlito. He might be joining the new Judgment Day. There might be a new formation of the Judgment Day coming along, too. You may see Dom and Damian gone. Maybe Carlito with the rest of those guys trying to make them even more cool.
So, time out. So they're essentially getting ready to do exactly what's happening on SmackDown right now. Well, what was happening on SmackDown? Essentially, you got two different LWOs happening.
Yes.
You got the Rey Mysterio version, and then you got Santos version, and so now you got going to have two different Judgment Days happening.
Well, my thought is you aren't going to have two Judgment Days. You're basically going to end up having Priest go off on his own, Dom go off on his own, and then when Rhea comes back, she won't be a part of the Judgment Day either. I don't think.
Me too at this point.
Nah. She was mommy's way over. Like she's over the Judgment Day. Like white hot heat. But yeah. So actually, so then we come out. So it was supposed to be Chad Gable and Bronson Reed, and then literally Sami Zayn comes out and hits the ring and he beats up Gable and like I said, because he's pissed at him, and then Reed takes down both guys after that, and then after that, like I said, it looks like we're going to get this match ends in a no contest. We're going to end up getting a triple threat match, which we did find out later on. We are going to have a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship at the King and Queen of the Ring. I say, if I had to pick, I would say that Gable probably maybe walks away with the title, or it might be too soon. Who knows? Unless he does something underhanded or he debuts his new Alpha Academy, and drops those bums that's in the back of him, holding them back, Tozawa and Otis and Maxine, and gets rid of them and gets his.
Don't talk about Otis like that.
Yeah.
Do not talk about my boy Otis like that. I love him.
Mr. Biscuits and Gravy 2.0.
Damn. That's tough.
Anyways, you guys have any thoughts on this match or no contest as is, and the build to the triple threat? You guys feel like this rivalry between these three men are heating up and it's making the Intercontinental Championship mean something?
Hey, man, look, I'm just glad my boy Maui is getting his shine. Hey, Maui, what can I say? You're welcome. He's finally getting his shine. And I honestly think it might be a shocker he end up winning it. You know, they might get it, give us a
Bronson Weed.
Yeah, man. I think he might be the one to win it.
Triple H is very high on him, but here's my issue. Here's my issue. If you have Bronson win the belt, then you got to have another giant beat him for the belt, because it has to be believable, right?
Yeah.
So then if you do that, who the heck is the only giant on Raw that's believable to beat him? And it's
don't say Braun. I don't even think it's gonna be Braun. Honestly, I only think it's gonna be Braun Strowman. Who on Raw right now? Young and up and coming. Now I ain't talking about Strowman. I'm talking about other Braun. I'm talking about Breaker.
Oh.
I'm talking about Braun Breaker, not Braun Strowman.
Okay.
Braun Breaker.
He did have a segment.
That's
too
the one. That's the
Raw.
believable one that can win it.
Yeah, but they're building Breaker up as a heel though. Like I said, like he literally just went off on Pierce. I highly doubt that he'd be the one to
like
win
this past Monday. I didn't catch that part.
Yeah,
this past Monday.
It was a little segment in between segments. Like I said, right after obviously Miz and R-Truth had to come do a funny segment. with AP. Then they walk off, and then he looks over to his side, and Braun Breaker is like, Pierce, why am I not the king of the ring? And then Pierce is like, well, come to my office and we'll talk about it. So, and he'll explain to him why he's not in the king of the ring. So we'll see. But
because he said he had
nevertheless,
future plans for him too. So I'm looking forward to that. So
yeah,
maybe it is.
I mean,
it could be for the IC, depending on how everything works out.
we'll see. We'll see about the IC. But yeah, this segment, this feud, I mean, like I said, it's one of the hotter feuds right now going on in WWE. Then after that, Becky Lynch comes out and she gives a spirited promo where she wants to talk about how she won the women's world title. And like I said, she's joined in the ring by Michael Cole, who of course just wants to talk and praise her for all her accolades and everything like that. And then of course they are interrupted by Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan comes out. She tells her that she wants to take everything from her and taking everything away from Rhea Ripley and winning the women's world championship. And to do that, she has to beat the man at King and Queen of the Ring on May 25th. So she has her match. Liv Morgan has her match. So that's one portion of this. Then obviously Damage Control comes out, setting up the which they're on the next match coming up after this, which, spoiler alert, was another piss break. But like I said, but then Damage Control comes out, and obviously I don't know about you guys, but I hate the way that gosh, what's her name?
Dakota Kai?
I really hate the way Dakota Kai talks. It really annoys me. Sorry. Anyways, that maybe that's just me. But nevertheless, like I said, they then so they get into it, and obviously Damage Control has 3 people, and it's just Becky and Liv. Liv bails on Becky. So then it turns around, Damage Control is beating the crap out of Becky, and then obviously Lyra Valkyria comes out and she makes the save, setting up the next match of the night. What did you guys feel about this Becky Lynch promo and what and how she had to say about winning the women's world championship and Michael Cole kissing their ass? And then what did you guys feel about the setup for the next match?
Honestly, I'm just looking ahead of this contract. If you guys didn't know, ends in 3 weeks. So she's going to renew her contract. So I think she was supposed to originally have time off after WrestleMania, but with Rhea's injury, she, plans got scrapped. So sure. I think I like the whole setup, and I think Liv's going to win it in Saudi. And I think that's when we get interference from Dom, distracting Becky. Everyone's confused what the hell's going on. Then that whole storyline continues on with Liv and Dom. Like I said earlier, we saw that little purple bandana sticking out from her pocket. And Becky takes her time off with Seth, whenever he gets healthy, they come back.
With the clean-shaven Seth Rollins.
Yeah, not a big fan of that. But when...
So hope they don't get her pregnant again.
Her contract's going to be renewed.
Ouch, God. Ouch.
Out of nowhere. But yeah, I mean, it was a piss break, but I mean, I thought the Queen of the Ring match was decent. I mean, what's her name again? I apologize, the NXT call-up.
Valkyria?
Yep.
Lyra.
I thought she did good. Lyra.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I thought she did good. I mean, I'm looking forward to what she does. I mean, I kind of feel like the Raw women's division is lacking since Rhea left with the injury. So I think now is the time to start building them up, and with, hopefully Becky losing in Saudi and then hopefully taking time off, they could help build up the rest of the women's division coming up.
For sure.
SmackDown got all the women's talent right now.
Yeah, they do.
SmackDown got all the big names.
Yeah.
Did anybody else still feel anything else about this moment between Becky's promo and this match?
I mean, that segment, it did nothing for me, if I'm being honest. It was very boring.
Okay, Coach. Heel Coach is back. Heel Coach
Go
is
off,
back,
Wise Man.
baby.
Go off. I love you.
I mean, I'm just being honest here.
That's fair. I mean, it's you could tell that Becky Lynch is a placeholder for this championship. It's not like she's going to have a long, lengthy reign with it this time. And she wasn't even meant to have this reign with it. She was meant to go away after Mania, but she just ended up having to stay. So, like I said, I mean, it's a moment. It happened. Whatever. Like I said, they're moving right along with it. And speaking of moving right along, we are moving right along to Gunther versus Sheamus in the King of the Ring tournament. Well, guys, this was our main event. What did you guys think of this one for the main event of Monday Night Raw?
I loved it.
Man,
I loved every second. It's a bunch of big, beefy men slapping. Say, the only thing I hate is
Diddy.
No, full Diddy. The only thing I hate is always seeing
Wait, what?
chest
Wait,
after a
what?
match.
Wait, what? No, you can't say
Who said
full
that?
Diddy. You have to say no Diddy. What are you doing?
Oh, well, my bad. Oh, shit, I heard knocking. It might be the FBI. I'm screwed, guys. But anywho.
Jeez, what is this man doing to us? We're canceled already. Full Diddy.
You're
We're
welcome.
out of here, y'all.
It's
been nice knowing you guys. Thanks for watching the show for the last 13 weeks.
Opposite of full Diddy. You want the complete opposite of full Diddy. Okay.
Oh, my bad.
All right, back on track, man. Back on track.
Back on track, but
Back on track.
the one thing I always hate seeing the aftermath of Sheamus's match is always seeing that how red he gets from the beatings. That man needs to tan or do something. I can't stand it. It hurts me just to see that. I can feel it. Ugh.
Yeah, no, he gets beat up pretty bad in those matches. Pause. But yeah, like I said, so it's like I said, he does look bad afterwards. What did you two think of the main event, C and Coach?
I thought it was fantastic as always when those two go meet together. Half Diddy there. It's just something that
Now we're half canceled. We're we're making progress. We're already back in, guys.
No, I think they've obviously definitely had better matches together.
Mm-hmm.
For that being a televised match, it had the hype of a pay-per-view match, and I think it lived up to the expectations there, and the right guy won again. I love Sheamus. He's a veteran, but got to put over the guy who's hot right now.
That man Gunther, man, shooting him to the moon. King of the Ring is next for him.
Like, sad note, like I enjoyed the match. I just anytime those two get in the ring together, for a match, man, you're gonna expect a 4 or 5 star match. Like, it just happens every time with those two. But just a side note, like in regards to Sheamus, he just came back to the WWE and just back on the roster. The fact that he's already putting guys over, like, it's just like it just shows that this new era of veterans, like, they're more willing to put guys over, like, and not try to, take the shine, because, like, they've accomplished so much in their careers, like they don't really need. It doesn't serve them any purpose to try to. And Sheamus has already been King of the Ring, so it's like, he don't need to win it again. Like, so I just like the fact that a lot of these veterans are now starting to put over the young and up and coming talent. So I like to see how that's been happening more often than not, as opposed to like how it was in previous years. So,
got to keep my spot, protect my spot in the previous years.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was really good match. Overall for Raw, I would give it a B grade. Obviously carried by the Sheamus Gunther match and the Dragunov and Ricochet match. Those two matches literally were your bread and butter. Those were your pro wrestling matches for the night, where it was just guys just beating the crap out of each other. I mean, literally, I like Triple H's booking because he's sprinkling a little bit of some everything in. You're going to get some trash talking grown man promos. You're going to get some funny stuff, but then you're also going to get pro wrestling too. You're going to get your good pro wrestling matches. But again, I think the one thing that's lacking is you got to bolster up that women's division on Raw. And literally, Rhea got hurt before the draft, or right before the draft. You could have changed your plans and moved some of these women over to Raw that are believable champions, believable world champions. Instead, you stacked the SmackDown roster even more by putting Nia Jax over on SmackDown. I mean, like I said, which we'll talk about here in a second. But like I said, I mean, much better quality matches on SmackDown. You're actually going to be surprised. There weren't many women's match piss breaks on SmackDown because they're almost can't miss. I have some men's match piss breaks on SmackDown, but that's the crazy part. So, like I said, but moving right along and going to segue right on over into that, folks, let's talk about the SmackDown Rebound. I used to love when they used to do that on SmackDown back in the day. That's the cue back to 05, 06.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so welcoming everybody over to SmackDown. Obviously, the first thing that happens is that when they first come out, the first match is they start off with Backlash, and then Nick Aldis introduced Cody Rhodes, and Aldis informed him of his next challenger, and it's Logan Paul. And these two have a back and forth. How did you guys feel about this back and forth and the announcement that at King and Queen of the Ring, it will be Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes? Now, they're billing this as a champion winner takes all match, champion versus champion winner takes all match. And Cody Rhodes says that winning that United States Championship would make him a Grand Slam champion.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, for some reason, I feel like they buy the titles only to give it a new design, because I know Cody's talked about having the double eagles or the eagles back on the title. So I could see them do that and maybe introduce a new mid-card title later on or something along those lines. I mean, it would suck because, I mean, to me, the U.S. title has always been historical. It's always been one of my favorite mid-card titles.
Prestigious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's going to suck if they do unify it and it's gone. But, I mean, it kind of also makes sense, too, with Cody being the American Nightmare, him having that title and having the WWE Undisputed title. So, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be nice. I mean, they're gonna put on a good match. Logan's super athletic. I mean, as much as I hate the guy, but that just shows how well he really is good at his job as being a wrestler. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
With this being a possible title for title thing, I could also see it ending DQ, just so that nothing changes. Because Cody mentioned it in his promo that Logan only wins because he needs the brass knuckles. What if this is the one time he finally gets with the brass knuckles and it's a DQ and nothing? They both keep their titles. That's what I think might happen. Or Cody does win and becomes double champion, but I feel like he just wants to say, hey, I'm a Grand Slam champion. Now I'm going to relinquish it because I only want to defend the Undisputed. And then
it's the WWE Championship, sir.
Something
not the
for the U.S. champion. My bad. My bad. That's on me. I'll wear that one.
It's okay, Wiseman. We get one mess up.
Such disdain. Call it what it is, sir. The WWE title. That's it. It's not undisputed. There's a World Heavyweight Championship on another show in the same promotion.
Gotcha. That's on me. Yeah. When he's the WWE champion that he defended at WrestleMania Backlash, then
shots.
I think this is the only way that it could happen.
Yes. Somebody did it.
I lost my train of thought. I just wanted to say that.
All right, fair. That whatever, Coachman. Now you lucky I mute you. You lucky I got mutual respect for you. Anyways, All right. No, I think that it does. I do think it does end in DQ. Honestly, I think this is the introduction of Uncle Howdy and his and the
Ooh.
Wyatt Six in Saudi
Mm.
Arabia. I think the lights go
Mhm.
dim. I think something happens. I think that both the men are knocked out. The match never ends. You save this, throw this away, you wrap this up, throw this away for another day. And then, like I said, you have the introduction of Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt Six, because literally, like I said, this is a lose match. You don't benefit if you take the title off Cody already and give it to Logan Paul, and you don't, if you're Cody, you don't really need the United States Championship. I mean, yeah, granted, to make you a Grand Slam champion, that's the intriguing part. That's the pull that makes things believable for people. Like, oh crap, they really going double down on Cody and have him win the U.S. Championship too, right? No,
Right.
no, it's not gonna happen.
Don't be a Bret Hart and win a U.S. title in like your 50s and 60s and then relinquish it like a week later. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
Nobody likes that guy. Nobody likes that guy.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's really important that the Wyatt Six debut and they're strong. We've talked about this multiple times on this show. If you guys have watched our last episodes, it's got to make sense. It got to come out strong. I mean, the initial pop is going to be crazy that when they debut, but past that, you got to book those guys right, and it has to make sense. So, with that being said, this opening segment I thought was really, really good. Like I said, Logan Paul did the majority of the talking. Cody Rhodes didn't say much. He kind of got his stuff in at the end. He kind of got in a little barb or two, traded back and forth. Logan tried to put the mic back up to his mouth, and Cody took his hand down. That moment right there kind of shows, like, look, you finna learn your place, son. Like, United States Championship versus WWE Championship. WWE Championship wins all the time. So, like I said, Cody Rhodes let him know he's the leader, not just of SmackDown. No, but of all the WWE, he's the champion. So I thought that was a really cool moment, a really stand-up moment for Cody, where it was just like, nah, this is my shit now. Like, I'm in charge. And I like that. So moving right along from that, then after that, we have Nia Jax come out, and she has a match with Naomi, and guess what we call this moment? Piss break.
Speaking of, take me out. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Like,
even the segment's a piss break here.
Jeez. Anyways, no. This moment in itself. I mean, like I said, this match, it wasn't necessarily a squash match, but it was just uneventful. Like I said, it was a couple big spots from Naomi, but it was just like it's hard working with Nia Jax because you can't get much offense off on her. And then, like I said, you got to basically like build and do the little fight thing, and she's gonna clobber you in the corner. Then you build a little bit of momentum, then she slops you back down. They go to commercial break. They come back, she's still beating you down, and she's talking about how she's gonna squash you and all this other stuff. And I just after a while, like I said, it's the same old trick with Nia Jax. That's why she got stale the last time when she ended up getting dropped from the company. So I don't know. I really don't know what they do with her. They got to start giving her the Omos treatment, and just like bring her out for like Royal Rumbles and Battle Royals and stuff like that. Like, stop giving her, like, having her on matches every week. Like, I don't know. What do you guys think?
The only thing I thought that, yeah, I kind of like the idea, but I know it's like a new Nia Jax. I thought she showed a little bit more athletic side on the she was on the turnbuckle, and Naomi did that flip on her, and she did that flip. I can't think off the top of my head. My brain's fried. Still upset about the neighbor stuff, but she did that flip for a larger, stiffer woman, because she's a little bit stiff in the ring sometimes. But I thought maybe it's
sometimes.
I'm trying to be nice here. All right, I'm nice sometimes.
Okay,
but athletic side, so maybe we're gonna get more of an athletic Nia, which that'd be kind of extreme with her size too. It'd be an unstoppable force, literally. So I mean, it's kind of curious with how it's going to work out with this tournament with her. It's going to be weird. They got to book it right, I feel like.
Don't you worry. she's gone next round.
Mhm.
Don't you even trip about that. She's gone next round. She will
I
not
know.
see another round past this. Anyways, Coach, me go ahead. What was your thoughts on this match between Naomi and Nia?
Well, being a piss break for me, it was actually a ice cream break. I went to Dairy Queen during the match, and then came back to watch the rest of SmackDown. I'm just being honest here. I'm being honest.
And that's
what
why
I
we
did.
respect you. This is why I respect you, my wise man. Thank you so much.
Oh
you.
man. Anyways, okay, so moving right along on then. So we did Baron Corbin versus Carmelo. Melo don't miss. Hayes next. And like I said, they had a brief exchange in the backstage area. Baron was and Carmelo was basically crapping on Baron because he got drafted before him, and he told him congratulations on finally being called back up and all this stuff like that. And I mean, the match itself was high flying for Carmelo, which honestly, when you're talking big man, which I do think we consider Baron Corbin a big man, he actually, for the most part, works really well with little guys. He's one of the few guys that I would say works well with the smaller guys because they can get all their stuff off on them. It's believable, and he also is safe with them and careful with them. So this is another great opponent. You can tell WWE is taking care of Melo and his future just by who they're putting him in the ring with. They're putting him in the ring with safe guys that's going to make him look strong. Not a lot of botches, a lot of good moments in the match, a lot of good spots. Obviously, like I said, Hayes defeated Corbin at the end. Like I said, the match itself probably about a B plus, maybe A minus level for me. But like I said, it was still a good showing from Hayes. And the whole point right now is to make him look strong. What did you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, he looked strong, but this match was more about Corbin, coming back up after the whole, like he said, am I happy? Am I sad? Am I king? What's the deal? So, I mean, to me, this being his, brought back match, I thought he looked good. And I think it's going to work well with the crowd. I mean, most WWE fans don't watch NXT, but I think, if they saw his work down there, with Bron by himself and all that, it's a whole new Corbin. And I'm looking forward to see how they book him and his future going on, continuing. We know Carmelo's going to be safe. They're high on him, but I'm really looking forward to see what they do with Corbin going on.
Yeah, Corbin looked the best that he has ever been on a main roster. And that just is the work that he's done down at NXT. I think he has reinvented himself and made him a better wrestler because of it. And he's showing the hype he had when he first got called up. He showed glimpses of that in that match against Carmelo. So I think it was just great all the way around for both sides. Carmelo advances, shows off his athleticism. Corbin, even in a loss, looks good.
Any thoughts, C?
I think for the most part, because it seemed like, because I was looking at it, I was like, are they starting Melo off as a heel or a face? Like, this is one of those weird situations where you just wonder, are they gonna like start him off, as a face or a heel? So I was looking at his confrontation with Bobby, like last week, and then consider this week. I was like, I wonder what direction they're gonna have him in, from like starting out. But I think it was a good match. It was like Corbin. Yeah, Corbin is a good way to start out, especially in terms of like a big feud. They probably won't happen because it's like Melo and Bobby is gonna be like the next next rivalry coming up right now, based on information that you told us about the bump. So, but we'll get more into that later. So.
Yep. So it was just a huge. I think it was big on both their parts to come out and to look good. And I think
Yeah.
both parties did look good with their showings. Obviously, Melo is your future, but you also want to see Corbin come up, and now you can place him in, the role of being a protector in the ring, but still being able to put on good matches with people. And like I said, he had a spot where you almost hit the end of days, and it was like, oh man, like if he would have hit that spot. Like I said, I've always loved Corbin working with smaller guys. I remember his matches with Daniel Bryan. I love this matches with Rey Mysterio. I love this matches that he had with like different smaller talent that he was able to maneuver them around him and they could work with him and work around him. Just always looked good. So next match after that, we had the Bianca Belair versus the newly heel Candice LeRae. And I think we thought that Candice LeRae might pull a fast thing, a little fast move, and potentially steal this match. But no, Bianca Belair pulled it out. I mean, it's your typical Bianca Belair match, which is, I guess, a credit to her in the sense that she's become so over that you could tell, like when it's a Bianca Belair match, you know what's going to happen. You know she's going to fight back. You know what's going to happen with her. But I'm very, very interested to see what a Bianca Belair match looks as a heel. So I'm really going to need her to really embrace that heel side of her when it does end up eventually coming out. But anyways, match wasn't super long. She had a KOD for the win. She defeated LeRae. Like I said, she swung her into the barricade. That moment looked good. And then, like I said, but her having like a shorter match than Jade Cargill was like surprising enough. But then after the match, and even on social media afterwards, they were Bianca was talking about how her knee was banged up and how she was hurt and stuff like that. So what did you guys think of Bianca's match with Candice LeRae?
I think they're getting ready to like set the tone. Because I feel like this may end up leading to Bianca. I gotta look at the bracket, but to see if like a possible match with her and Jade, I'm pretty sure they're probably on the opposite ends of the bracket. So if they do go out,
Sure.
if they do go against each other, probably be in the finals. But I feel like whatever happens is more likely going to set the tone for the eventual like turn on Bianca's part. And so I feel like this match, because I mean she gains nothing by winning the Queen of the Ring. Honestly, I mean you can add
She's
it to
bigger
her
than
resume.
it.
Yeah, but like at this point, I feel like it's best to give it to somebody that's fresh out, that's like trying to make a name for themselves. And so, and I think in terms of Candice LeRae, I believe that her and Indy Cartwell, I feel like they're more geared towards being tag champions, if anything. So I feel like they might be the next ones up to face Bianca and Jade once this whole tournament is over. So I feel like I don't think either of the two are going to win the tournament. I feel like it might be someone else to win it. But I think for right now, I think Bianca, she'll probably make it to the semifinals, and then she'll lose to whoever she's going against in that match. But yeah, I think she gains nothing by winning the whole tournament. She, so let her get her heel turn when the time comes. She doesn't strike me as like someone that would be a queen of the ring, win a crown and shit the whole time. Like it just doesn't. She doesn't strike me as one that would like do that. So I say let somebody younger get the honor to win it. So.
Yeah, we will see. Guys, what did you guys think about Bianca's match?
I think the big thing, that knee injury with Bianca, I think they're setting that up so this is Tiffany next round in the Queen. I think that's just setting it up for Tiffany to win and then making Bianca look strong, because it's like, oh, well, she still had the knee injury, so she wasn't 100%. That's why Tiffany beat her. So you kill two birds with one stone. You keep Tiffany's momentum going, but you also don't hurt Bianca's momentum as well, her status pretty much, because it's showing, hey, she wasn't 100%, so let's see what happens when they face again when she's 100%. That's what I think the knee injury, they're really going to milk that one out for this match. And I see Tiffany beating Bianca, and then it would be Tiffany versus Jade in the next round after that, and that's going to be a fun match.
Oh yeah, for sure. As long as Jade don't hurt Tiffy, because Tiffy's the present and Tiffy's the future. My shirt is in the mail right now, fellas. I wasn't kidding. I spent $34 on the Tiffany Stratton shirt, and I'm gonna wear that thing proudly. That's my girl. I love Tiffany Stratton. Like I'm all on board. Push her, put like as my man Booker T says, go ahead, put the strap the rocket to her, push it to the moon. Because she is on a fire. I love Tiffany. Okay. Let's talk Jade Cargill versus Piper Niven. Another queen of the ring bout. Jade, this match, which you was expecting to possibly be short, actually ended up being a little bit longer. And this is the first time that they put her in the ring with somebody that kind of matches her a little bit. Power for power. It was more of your slow moving match. What did you guys think of this one? Obviously, Jade picks up the victory. Like I said, she had Chelsea Green on her side. Piper Niven did, but in the end, still was not enough. What did you guys think of this match?
I mean, I thought it was the right call. Have Jade win. I think she's going to be up there for the finalists for the SmackDown side. I still think Tiffy's going to win the whole tournament because it's just perfect booking for her to do it. But I did like how it was a little bit longer. When I first saw that, I thought it was going to be a squash, just keep the momentum of Jade. But I like the fact that it was a bit longer to build up Piper. Because everyone, sees her with Chelsea Green, just kind of being that tag team, being the power. No one really thinking too much of her. So with that build-up going against someone like Jade, I think it's going to have her to a higher career status.
Yep.
Wait, so they got it separated by brands, like each side of the bracket separated by brands.
Yep.
Yes.
One side
Okay,
Raw,
I thought they
one side
just
SmackDown.
I honestly thought they just had them like mixed up and they just did like whoever. Okay, all right, that makes more sense. So more than likely, Bianca and Jade, there's a possibility that they'll face off if one of the two like makes it that far.
Slight, yeah.
I got you. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I was shocked because I saw that they was going against each other. I watched the highlights earlier today, and I was like, I want to see if she gonna hit the Jaded on there. I'm like, I want to see if this is gonna happen because we've seen Bianca hit the KOD on Piper Niven, and I was like, it won't take much for Jade to do like her maneuver because all it is, you just lift her up slightly and then just do the move. So I was like, let me see what's gonna happen. And so she kind of teased it early on in the match, and then she finally like hit it at the end. I was like, okay, all right. I'm like, shout out to Piper Niven for, taking the L. But yeah, I think you probably want to see Jay go against a lot more. I mean, it ain't too many like super heavyweights on the women's division, but I would like to see Jade hit the Jade on Nia Jax at some point in time. I want to see that.
Yep.
I want to see that. It's got to happen.
That's probably going to be next week.
Oh yeah, I need to see that. I need to see that because
they face each other next round.
Anytime Nia Jax loses is a win for America. So like we need it to happen. We need it to happen.
Oh, that's funny. Hey, listen. For what it's worth, Nia Jax is beautiful to me. I mean, she may not be everybody's cup of tea. She's beautiful to me. But man, like I just in the ring, I'm just like, I'm okay. I'm okay.
It's like watching a big sack of potatoes on a skating board, just moving around in the ring, man. Like
a big. All right, moving on to the next segment, so we don't get canceled. The Bloodline had a quick segment backstage.
The fact that he said skating board. He said skating board instead of skateboard.
Oh
Yeah,
no! Wow,
no,
just
yeah,
it's
no.
it's the alcohol. It's the alcohol.
Moving right along, the Bloodline had a quick segment backstage. Obviously in this segment, like I said, it was Solo Sikoa chastising Paul Heyman, giving him the runaround before Tonga's match with Dawkins. Like I said, then he hugged him at the end, told him he had talked to Roman Reigns. Do you guys believe that Solo Sikoa was really told by Roman
Cap.
Reigns that he was to be the leader until Roman got back? And here's another question. Why has no one actually talked to Roman Reigns? Where is Roman Reigns at, folks? Is he off on the island of relevancy by himself, chilling, snacking, eating? Is he like Thanos? After he snapped his finger, he went and lived on a farm in a distant planet by himself.
Right now,
to
he's
quote,
filming a movie.
To quote Stephen A. Smith, there's an APB out for the man Roman Reigns. You know,
something. You got. Where is Roman Reigns, folks? If the wise man don't know, nobody knows Roman Reigns. That's why he's off the grid, off the map. He's taking it to a whole nother level. That's wild.
I mean, right now, it's like he's filming a movie with Keanu Reeves. So, I mean, I think they said 3 months of filming. So, but that was like a couple weeks ago. So who knows?
Good for him.
But at least,
good for
him. Know, for WWE Storytown, we don't know where the hell he's at.
Right.
Nobody knows where Roman Reigns is.
Well, when you work with Keanu Reeves, you never know where Keanu Reeves is. So, I mean, come on.
Right.
In the Matrix somewhere.
Yeah.
So
you don't mess
we
with
move
John
on.
Wick.
No, you don't mess with John Wick. So we move from that to Tonga coming out and facing Dawkins. And like I said, Dawkins himself, I mean, look, he's a jobber, guys. Sorry to say this. He's a jobber. And he's the worst wrestler of the two when it comes to the profits. Like I said, it was a little back and forth between the two. Obviously, like I said, you know what the Bloodline's game is and how they're going to win the match. They're going to it's going to be Bloodline taking over and cheating to win as usual, and they just overpower you with their numbers. Match wasn't that great, but Tonga got the win and he moves on in the tournament. Any thoughts on the match, fellas?
I will say that the false finish with Dawkins almost winning fooled me for real. Like, I honestly thought that he had won, and so I credit the wrestlers there, because I was like, oh geez, like they actually made Tonga lose, but then they said he kicked out. I was like, okay, well then here comes how we all thought it was going to go. And like you said, Virgil, typical Bloodline fashion, interference, take advantage, pin, 1, 2, 3, point to the sky.
Yep. It's your typical Bloodline match. They are just waiting it out till they get Roman back, and then this storyline really will pick up. Like I said, this Bloodline storyline is running idle right now. Last match and your main event of this week's SmackDown was a first round King of the Ring match between Randy Orton and AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. Which, side note, Coachman brought up in the chat, that phenomenal song for AJ that they were singing in France. If you have not listened to that song is really, really actually good in real life. Like, go listen to that song. Like, it's actually a really good song. And like I said, and I went, and I can't tell you guys how many times I went to Instagram and watched the reel of them singing that song to AJ Styles. It just gives me goosebumps every single time. It's a really, really cool moment. Slap of the wrist is what I get. Goosebumps moment. Thank you so much, Fritos. All right. So
that's what
obviously.
Yeah, I know you got to point at it first.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, that's
funny.
See this right here? Right here.
It's like, we get it, Rock. You got pure skin. We get it.
Mm-hmm. He has a skincare line too, a skincare line as well. So he might be showing everybody his nice fresh skin.
And shampoo too, since he's got so much hair.
Ain't that a blimp? So the main event of this week was a first round King of the Ring match. Like I said, the match was about 20 minutes or so. So I mean, like I said, it had its moments, had its highs and its lows. Obviously, you're gonna have 2, probably 3 commercial breaks in between that because it's Fox. But like I said, pretty much AJ worked the knee over for the most part, and then like I said, and then Styles is bumping all over and everything like that. And they gave this match a lot of time to work, and like I said, it was all right. But Randy Orton ends up winning the match with the RKO. Obviously, poor AJ is now out of the tournament. What is next for AJ Styles? Nobody knows. But yeah, what did you guys think of this match as your main event for SmackDown?
It's kind of like a throwback, man. Them two going at it. I honestly thought Orton was going to end the match right there when AJ went for when he hit him with the phenomenal forearm. I thought Orton was going to catch him off guard again with the RKO, as he always does. And for him to hit it, and then Orton end up dragging himself to the ropes for the rope break. I was like, oh man, okay. And then AJ was going for the Styles Clash, and Orton caught him with the RKO. I was like, man, Orton actually won. I thought he would have put AJ over, but apparently not. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure Orton's going to put somebody else over when the time comes, because obviously Orton is another one that doesn't gain anything by winning the King of the Ring. He's just really adding it to his resume, but it doesn't change anything. He's a Hall of Famer regardless. But I thought it was a good match, man. It's just like I felt like it was just like the old rivalry they had years ago, before the pandemic. And so anytime those two lock up in the ring, it's a good match. So
I think I was more curious on who was going to win, because like you guys said, I don't think this benefits either one of them to win King of the Ring or anything like that. So I was just more curious to see what direction they were going with. And if they went with Orton, now he faces Carmelo in the next round. So that's going to be a very intriguing matchup. Do we think Randy puts him over, or do we think that Randy goes to the next round to face the winner of LA Knight and Tonga? I think that's kind of the question I have for that.
I just want to take a moment
curious.
real quick and yeah. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. We'll take.
No, you're fine.
No.
You just.
Oh, okay.
I was going to show you
a
picture. I was going to show you a picture of Tiffany.
Oh, well. Podcast 20 times better. Wow. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, Randy had that promo before talking about he's going to see Tonga, which I think it's going to be Tonga versus Randy for the finals. I mean, it would kind of, move that bloodline story a little bit further, even though I still want my main man, LA Knight.
Yeah.
To win it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was really delayed. But
there it is.
I was trying to see what
There
his cat was. She had him somewhere.
Claude,
get the cone.
Please stop fighting that cat, man. Come on.
She already stabbed me earlier today, man.
I believe it. Good for her.
But
instead of Devon get the tables, Claude get the cone.
Hey,
get the cone.
Hey, Team 3D out here.
Oh wow, bogus.
But yeah, I think it's gonna be Randy and Tonga. But yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Last thing with WWE, folks. LA Knight advanced in as well in the tournament, as we already talked about. He did his stuff on a live show. Tiffany Stratton's match also got moved to a live show as well. So they both moved on from in the King and the Queen of the Ring tournament. They both won their respective matches on the live events that they were fighting on. And then Kofi Kingston advanced and Shayna Baszler advanced. So these are your updated brackets as of right now, with these guys advancing during the live events. So
also, Selena Vega got injured this past weekend too. I saw that on X.
Oh man. Oh yeah, she did. Oh yeah. She did get him getting injured. Prayers up to Selena. Hopefully, I always say Zelina Vega. Hopefully that it's a quick recovery for her. Because that's just terrible. You know, it's like I said, injury bugs just all over. But how do you guys feel about the live event hosting a match with actual implications? Do you guys like this? Are you guys like, I'd rather it be on TV or what?
I like it. Here's the thing. Do you make me the main screen here? Producer
Okay,
Mike.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Give me
Oh,
2
here we
seconds.
go. Here we go.
A camera, please.
He's about to go off.
WWE. Hi. This is the king of the booker here, Fritos. If you're going to do stuff with that, with live shows, stream it. God damn it. Put it on Peacock. Promote it on X. I want to watch it. Watch it. We've been begging you. We want to see the live shows, the live house shows. Please. I am begging you. You've got the space to, do it. You can put it on YouTube for Christ's sakes. Live stream it there. Put it on Peacock, something. Feed me more. Right back reference, thank you. But feed me more. I need more wrestling content from you guys. Just show me everything. All right, I'm good.
This has been the message provided by Fritos and Fritos Incorporated.
Mm-hmm.
Give him what he wants.
He is the king of the booker.
So yeah, that was the SmackDown rebound. Now we are moving right along, folks, on over to AEW, All Elite Wrestling. This night starts off with a quick backstage interview with Adam Copeland. And then after that, you go to the ring and watch the OC take on Trent in a grudge match. I'm sorry, not OC, Orange Cassidy. Wow. And as soon as the bell ring, both men just immediately throwing hands at one another, going off on one another. Like I said, they were Cassidy looks like he's being more aggressive than he usually ever is, and he's immediately taking it to Trent in this match. And then halfway through the match, Don Callis shows up. And then after that, they made it back to the ring. Then both men were trying to recover. The crowd was vocal about being happy to see Don Callis there. I mean, Don Callis really is a scum of the earth. I don't know about anybody else how you feel about him, but he really was the scum of the earth.
Right.
Like I said, and then moving things along. The match itself was pretty decent. Obviously, this feud is continuing on. Cassidy won this match though and defeated Trent Beretta. What did you guys think of this AEW opening bout after Adam Copeland's opening interview during the beginning of AEW Dynamite? Sorry.
Anyone can take
Sorry,
it?
I'm distracted by a C up there.
Yeah, it was showing
Just
Nia
looking,
Jax.
I
so
see
had to
broken
move-
Matt
I had to
Hardy
move it over a little bit.
That's not broken Matt Hardy. That is woken Matt Hardy. They are two different individuals.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, Bray. Shout out to
Well,
Bray.
the match itself, I think it left me wanting with those two. I know it was a match, but I feel like it's not quite over yet in that rivalry. So I think it was okay, but just okay because I was expecting more, and and I'm looking forward to as this rivalry continues, especially the more aggressive side of Orange Cassidy. I think that's what I'm more excited with there. We've all noticed he's been a little too passive and everything. So getting this aggressive side out is going to be really good for his character and his momentum going forward.
It will make him more of a believable champion. You eventually, okay, here's the thing. You eventually one day want to see Orange Cassidy become a world champion. He needs to become a world champion for this company. I think he's been there from the jump. He's somebody that they've invested in, put time into. You want to start seeing these guys they invest into pay off for this company and dividends. I like Orange Cassidy. I think he has a great wrestling persona. I think that it was cool in the indies when he would do like the nonchalant kicks and the hands in the pockets and stuff like that. But I think seeing him cut some fiery promos and seeing him come out of his pocket will let fans know, like, hey, yo, this is a real individual who actually gives a crap about wrestling too. So I think the more aggressive he gets, I think the better it will be for his character. Anybody else, any thoughts on Beretta versus OC?
I saw a thing, it was either a TikTok or something on X, Kevin Nash shitting on AEW. And one of the things was about Orange Cassidy, which, yeah, surprising, Kevin Nash shitting on them. But about his character
not
being,
Kev.
I know, right? But his hands being in his pocket, being too lax. So, I mean, either AEW heard that and starting to, take notes. But I'm looking forward to, a more serious Orange Cassidy, even though I like the lay back, starting off. But, it's time to move on, see some more character development.
Anything from UC?
I'm one of those people that it doesn't interest me, man. I only really care about the main rivalries on the show, honestly. So like anything with Swerve in the world title or Adam Copeland.
There you go. You fix yourself. Nice.
Adam Copeland.
I had to.
The House of Black. So anything regarding those two, maybe something with the AEW Women's Championship or TBS Championship, I'll tune into it. But yeah, in terms of Orange Cassidy, no disrespect to him, I just really have no interest in that rivalry, honestly. So, but Orange Cassidy, that dude, though, I like watching him wrestling in the ring. So, but I'm sure. Maybe if it gets a little bit more personal with this rivalry, I might be able to tune in. Like, if depending on what kind of match they have, like a pay-per-view, it may spark my interest a little bit more. But for right now, nah.
Moving on, we had Kenny Omega give a promo from a hospital bed after last week's attack. He was all gimmicked up, looking real sick, looking real sickly, like real hurt. But he did say at Double or Nothing, he is booking Anarchy in the Arena. It will be the New Elite versus FTR and two men who will be revealed at some point during the show. So for me, this moment here was basically what took the whole show by storm. It was supposed to be, like I said, it was supposed to be their moment where, like I said, you do the big reveal. So now everybody's wondering, well, who are the two other men that are going to be fighting with FTR? Those men will be revealed as we move along. But Anarchy in the Arena at Double or Nothing, fellas, you looking forward to it? This match is crazy. Anything goes, anything can happen. I'm super excited for it. What about you?
Yeah.
Count me in.
If anything, when their first 2 or 3 years has shown anything, Anarchy in the Arena is crazy. Like, I remember during the pandemic, when they were having those type of matches, they obviously had the Stadium Stampede thing too. Like, just seeing the creativity they have with these matches, like they just fighting all over the place. Like, it is, I love it. Like, they get a lot more creative, with those type of matches compared to WWE. Like, they may have one or two spots outside of the ring, in the crowds and stuff like that. But AEW, they go all out with their extreme matches and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yeah. So Anarchy in the Arena was announced. Then after Anarchy in the Arena, we get an interview from Serena with Tony Schiavone. Schiavone. I don't know why I call that man Schiavone. Sorry. Tony Schiavone. And she said that losing to Tony Storm is not an option to her, and spoke about how hard it was to return. Storm came all out and mocked her. Serena ended up knocking her out cold. Then after that, the next match, can you say it with me, folks? It was a piss break match. It was Mariah May versus Harley Cameron. Piss break. Yep, wasn't really looking forward to it. But coming out of that match, you'll get May and Shirakawa versus Saraya and Cameron at Double or Nothing. Yeah. Next match we had Rocky Romero versus Jay White. And like I said, the AEW World Champion came to the ring and said he was in a fighting mood because Christian Cage and his crew attacked him last week. Then after that, the Patriarchy showed up. Brian Cage, Khan, and Toa Liana came from the crowd to provide backup for whose house? Swerve's house. And then after that, like I said, shockingly, you thought they were coming out to support him, and then obviously Swerve came out. Obviously you thought these people were coming to help Swerve, and then they end up attacking Swerve as Christian Smile, and then they put Swerve through the announce table. So they're really building up this Christian Cage Swerve Strickland match that's going to be happening at Double or Nothing. And every week Swerve Strickland is just getting the crap kicked out of him. I'd like to quote a famous person. His name is Dr. Umar Johnson, and what he had to say about the Black Panther 2. So I'm gonna go to solo screen for this. Tony Khan, no offense to white people, but I did not pay money to be able to watch AEW Dynamite for you to glorify and bring up this black champion just for every single week this white man to come and have his people kick the shit out of him every single week. I did not come to watch this. You do not give him the belt just to turn around and have him get the crap kicked out of him every week by Christian Cage and the Patriarchy and like get no comeuppance at all. No, like bro, like whose house is this Swerve house? And it really obviously ain't Swerve's house because Christian Cage is coming and shitting on it every night. He putting on his he putting on his night robe, his bunny slippers, smoking his afternoon pipe, drinking his cognac, sleeping in his bed, having Swerve wife rub his feet. Come on, man. I understand you're trying to get some sympathy for Swerve, but 2 weeks in a row, he didn't. Christian Cage didn't took it to him. I know in the end, Swerve keeps the belt. Great, cool, that's fine. But you cannot have him every week as a brand new champion getting the crap kicked out of him by Christian Cage like he's some type of mark. Like, come on, man. Like, these are my frustrations with Tony Khan, guys. I'm sorry. I just, I do not believe Tony Khan knows how to book right. I just, sorry. That was a moment from Virgil. I apologize, guys.
That's fine. We appreciate it. In the family.
What did you guys think of that segment?
Let it out.
Whose house? More like Jim Crow's house.
Somebody's house. It damn sure ain't Swerve's.
God damn.
I don't think he caught that coach.
Bro, oh man.
Oh man, we gonna get canceled, bro.
It's not my fault.
Yeah, we are because of you.
Good God, dude. No, seriously though, man. Like, come on, y'all. Like for real. Like, bro. Like, think about this. Here's what I see. I see people trying to disparagingly crap on Cody Rhodes' WWE Championship reign and compare his reign to Swerve Strickland's reign because Swerve Strickland has defended his title more on TV or something like that. Boo freaking who. Great for him. When he comes out and he's booked to look like a weak champion by constantly getting attacked by all these different people, what is the point of giving him the title if you're going to have him look like a weak champion? This brother just won for the culture. And you literally, Trick Williams looking like a real strong champion over on NXT. Cody Rhodes looking like a real strong champion. Trick Williams, I'm sorry. Swerve Strickland You know,
You sound like me.
I'm just
A couple weeks
yeah,
ago.
no,
Strick
but seriously, y'all, they're booking him to look soft. It's too much.
Yeah.
I hate the dumb baby face move. He looks like he got people coming back behind him to help him, and then they turn around and they beat him down for Christian Cage. So what, are they part of the patriarchy too now? Like, come on, man. Make it right, Tony Khan. Make it right. Make it right. Anybody else any thoughts?
I'm gonna say I'm kind of looking forward to the rivalry only because of the after part, after the whole, Swerve getting jumped, was Christian talking to the EVP saying thank you. So I think this is adding a little extra spice with the EVPs going on and with Christian and just the whole rivalry in general. So, I mean, that's just me. But other than that, yeah, I get your point.
You're too nice. You're too nice,
Hey,
Rios.
Mike, it could be worse.
I know.
It could be worse. He could fall victim to a fighting machine and lose the title in 8 seconds as a black champion. It could be a lot worse.
Thank God
Don't get
Brock
me
Lesnar's
started
not
on
there.
that one. Don't get me started
I
on
mean,
and we don't know where Brock Lesnar's
Oh,
at.
yeah.
He might not have a
boy.
WWE contract anymore.
Man, let's just be thankful that I'm sure he's the first black AEW champion, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So let's just be thankful there is no
he is.
fighting machine that can knock off a black champion every chance he gets. Let's be thankful, okay? Because that's what Brock Lesnar does. Okay,
Yeah.
you black and you got a world championship, it's over with for you.
Big Brock Lesnar coming to take it.
Yep.
So then after that,
Brock Lesnar
the next
is all elite.
Oh God, please no. Then after that, Jay White took on Rocky Romero with the shot at the trios titles on the line. The guns were ringside while Romero was going at it alone. Like I said, they had great spots in the match. Like I said, and it was all good, but for the most part, like I said, White defeated Romero. I don't think anybody expected anything different from that. So, I mean, any moments, any thoughts, guys, on that match?
Other than Pac showing up afterwards, I mean, it's setting up the next feud with Jay. I mean, those two are going to put on a good match. Super athletic guys. But other than that match was kind of just, yeah. Huh?
I was saying, all eyes on me.
But other than that, match was kind of just, yeah.
Bastard Pac.
Bastard.
Chris Jericho and Big Bill versus the local talents next came out. 2 local talents were booked in the tag team match against Jericho and Big Bill this week. Jericho's new faction, his new faction of this year. I think every year he's had a different faction, a different name for the faction, man. And everything like that. Now it is the Learning Tree.
Yeah. Oh,
get Chris Jericho off my TV, and it's a crying shame that Taz gave him the okay to win the FTW heavyweight championship, because, like I said, that title meant something to ECW. It means absolutely nothing to AEW.
Is it me, or is that his new gimmick starting to get over with the crowd, Chris Jericho?
I don't think it is.
Like, are they actually buying into it now?
No,
I'm
they
not
haven't. They haven't.
It seems like they're.
Go ahead, Coachman.
Oh, I was just saying, like they were, but then again, they were in Canada, where Jericho's from. So maybe that was why it seemed like they were buying in more. Is in his home country. I don't know. I couldn't believe it that people were actually buying it.
And then the only notable moment from that was Jericho purposely made the mistake to say they were in Calgary just to get some heat on the Edmonton crowd, because they were kind of cheering him because he's from there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, no, Chris Jericho don't need to be the FTW champion. And he don't need to carry that championship. He needs to give that back to Taz. Taz, go take that, put that back on your mantle next to your ECW pictures and everything like that. Like, take that off of him, please. And besides,
he don't need to be champion at all. Honestly, like he don't need to be having.
Thank
no
you.
time.
Yes, exactly. And
He
AEW
gains
don't need any
nothing
more
by being
champions.
champion. Yeah.
So I don't know. But then we move on to the main event, folks. The main event of this show was a no disqualification match for the TNT Championship between Adam Copeland and Brody King for the TNT title. Like I said, the match itself started off with normal lockup and side headlock from King. Like I said, they kind of went back and forth a little bit. And then, like I said, then they took the match outside the ring during the break. And then the weapons and stuff like that. After they came back from a commercial break, they started using those. And then basically, Brody King basically beat the crap out of the Rated R Superstar for a little while, until Copeland was able to use a chair to dish out some punishment on his own. Obviously, there had to be blood because it's AEW in the match. So obviously, King was busted open. And then he smiled at Copeland as the champ slapped him across the face. The match itself was pretty violent, like I said, but obviously Adam Edge Copeland comes up with the win in the end. What did you guys think of this one outside of the enormous amount of blood that Brody King shed?
All right. Well, I thought it was a decent match.
I was going to say, like, was everybody froze? Like, what's up? Talk to me.
Everyone, but I mean, I feel like when Copeland, came out going, this is the most fun he's had. I think it's true. I mean, he's doing things that I feel like he's always wanted to do, with the violence, the blood, for a while since WWE went PG, so they couldn't really do that. So I think he's having fun with all these weapons, all this stuff, and being in that Canadian crowd, fired up even more. I mean, other than that, yeah. Anything from you two down there?
I will say I will say that it was a good thing that it was a no disqualification match, because if it was not, I would not have been as entertained.
Yeah,
because I that brought the aspect for me, at least during that main event, was like, okay, now we're starting to get somewhere once the weapons started coming out. Before that, it was just kind of like, it was more background noise for me. Yeah, it was more background noise, and then they got the weapons. I was like, okay, now I'm invested in this. So that's my 2 cents on it.
I feel like more often than not, a lot of their matches, especially their main event matches, they tend to turn into like hardcore or no disqualification type matches. Like, it's just like there's a weapon that's going to be brought into play at some point in time. Like, it just happens every week with AEW. I'm like, y'all might as well just make every match Extreme Rules at this point. Like literally, like that. All your matches are going. It's gonna be some type of hardcore stuff going on, and like Extreme Rules stuff going on. Like just make at least have one Extreme Rules match every week. I feel like it just, like, if you want to garner some more views, I feel like just have a division where it's just all hardcore wrestling, and then just like come up with like a hardcore championship or something like that, because it's gonna be a hardcore match every week on AEW, whether it's Dynamite or Rampage or Collision. They still do Rampage, right?
yes.
Okay, all right. So at one of the 3 shows, like, they just have a hardcore match, Extreme Rules type match every show, and just go about it that way, because I feel like that's all their matches turn into. But for the most part, I do see Edge is like enjoying himself.
That's not his name.
In these matches, yeah. Like, you said what? What Fritos?
That's not his name. It's Adam Copeland, not Edge.
Oh, yeah.
We were making progress. Then you broke
I know,
it.
man. We was making
2
progress.
steps
Adam
forward,
Copeland.
5 steps back.
Yeah. Adam Copeland, I can see.
Just like Tony Khan.
You're right. He's making
And his booking.
progress with his, enjoying AEW a lot. He has a lot more freedom to do things that he couldn't do in WWE, so I like to see that he's having this freedom, creative freedom, and also helping out the younger talent in a way, so I do like the aftermath with him, and I guess he shook it wasn't Dynamite, was it Collision? He had that moment with it was something. It's like they're at the Edge is not in his right mind or something like that. I forgot who was it. Kyle O'Reilly, right? It was. Yeah, it was towards the end of that match, and basically Edge like kind of yanked his arm, and it was like, okay, is everything okay? And so it's almost like House of Black is starting to get to Adam Copeland, and so. I'm trying, man. It's tough, man. It's tough to try to call him his.
We've been calling somebody Edge for 30 years. It's kind of tough to move
especially about a government name.
to Adam Copeland. Yeah, it's really weird. Really weird.
Even when Matt Hardy did it on Raw when he came back during the Edge versus Matt Hardy feud with Lita, like even when he called him Adam on national on TV, like still I called him Edge.
Yep. He is and forever will be Edge. But that was your AEW Dynamite review for this week. Now it's time for everybody's favorite part of the show. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to it. He had a rebound last week. Let's see what he has for us this week. It is time for Frito's Fave 5.
Frito's favorite 5. Sponsored by nobody.
All right, Fritos, give it to him.
I love how he makes a dirty word.
Look at the music.
Fritos. First off, you was cut in and out all the way.
Yeah.
I just cut the music down.
Oh, thank God! I thought that was just me.
Oh, sorry.
I thought that was just me.
Now,
begin again with your Fave 5 from the top. 5.
Sorry. At number 5, I've got Christian Cage. I love the build up to this feud. I love that dirty deal he made with the EVPs. I am looking forward to this match with Swerve. It should be a great match. At number 4, I've got my guy, CM Punk. I love everything about that promo. The Kendrick reference, the shot at AEW, and missing Drew and pissing him off even more. Beautiful. That's just when both those men are healthy. At number 3, I've got my man, Randy Orton. The Apex Predator showing why he's always up top. Going against AJ. They always have classic battles, but this one I loved. At number 2, I've got 2 men because that match was glorious. I've got Gunther and Sheamus. What can I say? Big, beefy men. Clapping meats. Oh, dear Lord. I love everything about it. No Diddy. See, I fixed it. And then at number 1, I've got Dragunov. That man is a freak athlete, and he showed why he deserves a main roster spot. And mark my words, that man will be a world heavyweight champion in a couple of years. And that has been a Fritos Fave 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fritos, I would give your Fave 5 for this week a B. I can't believe you don't have Melo Don't Miss in there. He's been tearing it up, him and Big Bob. Like I said, and they've been really using Melo very well, I think. So I would put Melo in. I would probably take out I know you had to slide the AEW guy in there, but I'm sorry, Christian Cage, you got to dip. But outside of that, I think you did well. Guys, what do you think? What do you grade him?
Give it a B.
I would say a B as well for me. I think the one change I would have Fritos is instead of Christian. I think put Orange Cassidy in there.
Fair enough.
The OC. All right, everybody. And that has been Frito's Fave 5. What we need from you now, folks, we need to make sure that you guys like, share, and subscribe to our network. This is the We Book It Network, folks. We cannot do this without you. We are trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. If you like this podcast, if you listen to us on Spotify, or whether you're viewing us on YouTube, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the podcast, repost our podcast. You can also follow us on X at We Book It Wrestling. Make sure that you check in at We Book It Wrestling on X. We are there, as well as on Instagram, as well as I think on Facebook. And yeah, guys, we are the We Book It boys from Virgil, Fritos, Big Daddy C, Coach, and Tank. We appreciate you guys. Peace.